What up, what up, what up, what up? It's me, L Teddy 27.
What's good tonight? Right about the hood.
Oh, dear God, I'm already eating a drink. Look, a damn mess. Just a damn mess. No means no, and yes means no. What up, 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 what up? What's good, people? What's up? What's up? It's me, L Teddy 27, and I am back for another review. This is going to be our review for The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It is season 1. It is episode 5. It is entitled Ladies Who Lunch. Speaking of lunch and eating, what am I drinking and snacking on? So I got some it says Ipanema pomegranate. Bye. I love these little bye drinks. They're so good. So, Ipanema, pomegranate. And we got some extra big Cheez-Its. Extra big. So, y'all, we start off back at the luncheon that Mary is having for the girls. And yeah. So let me just say this. I watched this episode, and you know what kept coming to my head? The old song by Run DMC, Mary, Mary, why you bugging? Listen. So, Mary and Jen, they argue about nonsense. About, I'm mad at you for this, you mad at me for this, we mad at each other. Just a bunch of fuckery. But I will say this. Mary is mad because Jen apologized to Meredith but won't apologize to her. What the fuck are you looking for an apology for, Mary? Because she told the truth. You're fucking your grandfather. You can parcel and mix words and split hairs all you want to. You're fucking your grandfather. So you mad at her because you want her to apologize to you for telling the truth. We ain't about that life. So I just summed it up to Mary is selfish as fuck. Jen is selfish as fuck. But Mary feels like since this her event, her party, she can do whatever she wants to. So, Sister Mary fucktard started off by telling people, oh, I want everybody to talk one at a time and don't interrupt anybody. But then you commence to interrupting and chiming in on everybody's, turn when they were talking. So that frustrated Jen. She got upset. Listen. So Mary then started attacking Heather, and then she started attacking Whitney, and then it came out, Mary is trash. Sister Mary fucktard is trash. She's trash. Like her trashy ass clothes, her trashy ass fashions, that trashy ass furniture in her damn house. She's trash. Just because you have money doesn't mean you're not trash. You're just expensive trash, but trash nonetheless. Anyway, Jen told us about how Mary said that she, whenever she see black people at a convenience store, she go to a different convenience store. Then Mary got in her confessional saying, oh, the convenience stores, they just make me so nervous. They make me think violence. Just like hospitals, they just give me. So now at this point, now I see you, Mary. I see you. You are looking for any type of way to justify your bullshit. Mary, you ain't shit. Sister Mary fucktard, your ass ain't shit. Okay? I don't believe no parts of that hospital, that whole thing about the hospital and now I believe no parts of that. Just like I don't believe no parts of this convenience store stuff. You wanted to use that thing about convenience stores to justify the fact that you probably did say that when you see black people at the convenience store, you go to another convenience store. Just like you probably said that whole thing about, oh, I have an issue with hospital smells, to justify the fact that you did probably say that same horrible shit that you let roll off your tongue about Jen's aunt being a diabetic and all of that stuff. If you so easily let that out in that confessional, I have every reason to believe you probably said the same thing during that time. And so now this whole hospitals make me feel some kind of way is a way for you to kind of color it up and clean it up and cover up your bullshit. Sister Mary fucktard, you ain't shit. I don't believe no part. Now, anytime I see Mary, I don't want to believe nothing she says. Nothing. Nothing. Anyway, so she did ask Jen to leave. Jen went outside. Heather went and got Jen and talked to her and got her to come back in. They really didn't have a meeting of the minds at all. Mary wasn't trying to hear nobody. She wasn't trying to hear nothing. Listen, Sister Mary Fucktard has reservations on the front pew of the seventh level of hell. She's one of those type of Christians. She has a reserved seat on the front pew of the seventh level of hell. She ain't shit. And I don't see how people go to her church. I don't see people how people follow her, because I can't follow someone like that. I can't be around someone like that. I cannot see myself saying, hey, I'm going to go to this person so that they can give me wise counsel, and so that this person can see about the business of my soul salvation. Sister Mary fucktard? We're not doing that. Anyway, there was no resolution at that. Jen ends up leaving, and we were off to the next scene. Which was Meredith talking to that raggedy ass son of hers, Brooklyn. That's what, because I ain't gonna call her Brooke. We'll call her Brooklyn. Brooklyn around here. She's telling Brooklyn all about this apology, and he is not here for none of it. He irks my nerves. He makes my nuts itch, and the faster they can take him off of my television screen, the better. So that scene lasted all of 32 seconds, and it was done. Great. Bye, Brooklyn. Bye, girl. Bye. Bye, girl. Bye. Then we were at Heather's house. Heather's and her daughters are there. We meet her daughter Ashley's boyfriend, whose name is Jaden. And they were talking about how, a lot of what they do is against the Mormon faith and the Mormon religion. And the daughters don't seem like they don't want no parts of the Mormon faith and Mormon religion. And Heather I think she's doing right by her daughters by making sure that her daughters have choices, understand and know you do have choices. You can live your life the way that you'd like to. If you choose to follow the Mormon religion, you have that right. Because I think one of the daughters said something about going to the church. She was like, if you want to, you can. If you don't, you don't. And I like the way that Heather is. Even though I'm afraid every time I see her put her fingers together, I think she's about to snap her fingers and wipe out half of humanity. Because I told y'all, Heather looks like Thanos. But I like Heather. I really like Heather. She's, turning out to be my favorite thus far. So I like seeing her with her daughters here. Seth comes into town, and he and Meredith talk and so forth. Meredith, to me, the more I see her and we engage with her, it seems like, how we talked about, if you look at her house, everything seems to be like in place. Everything's kind of too perfect, and I feel like that's how she wants everything to be. She doesn't want any confrontation. She doesn't want anything that's going to get her off kilter or out of her comfort zone or anything like that. I feel like she has to follow a tight schedule, one of those type of people. You can't be 1 minute over or 1 minute short or something like, that's what she gives me. And Seth seems like the complete opposite, and I don't know that at this point they're a good fit for each other. But she's totally embraced this whole perfection thing, and I feel like she wants everything to be so perfect. That's why when she talked to Brooklyn about the lunch, and she said, "Oh, it was very volatile." And then she said the same thing about the last time her and Seth had a dinner. That was very volatile. And the even if you said the luncheon was the dinner that she had with Seth didn't seem volatile. But what I do notice is it went counter to probably how she would have liked for it to have gone, which I think in her estimation that means, oh, it's so volatile. Girl, get your life. We then see Mary talking to her husband about the luncheon, and we see Jen talking to her husband about the luncheon. And what we see is both husbands, they support their wives the way a husband is supposed to. Your wife complaining to you about, some situation that's going on with her and her group of friends. You got to do what any husband do. You sit there, you listen, and say, "Yes, baby, I'm here with you. You are so right. You are absolutely right. She ain't shit," just like you said, and keep it moving. And that's what they did. So Whitney then goes and meets up with her brother Will, and they're doing jujitsu, and they talk about the dad and his progress with getting clean and sober, and the fact that he's supposed to enter this rehabilitation center called Sober Living. They also talk about the family dynamics with the siblings. Now that the parents have divorced, the siblings have kind of like chosen sides, and it's difficult. And but I also think, and I said this to a friend of mine, siblings are forced upon you. They will always be your family, but you don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to necessarily align with them. This may not be somebody who you would choose to say, I'm going to be around them, have them a part of my life all of the time. They will always be your sibling. It doesn't mean that you have to always get along with them and have them that close to you. And sometimes you just grow apart. So then we see Lisa's son Henry's baby, the party that she had for her birthday party that she had for her son Henry. So did I hear Lisa say that birthdays are the only time she really gives her kids all of herself? I mean, what about the rest of the year? I mean, this sounds like a psychiatrist's wet dream, if you ask me. I'm telling you. Isn't Lisa the same one who says she don't cook for her kids? Isn't she the one who told us that? Who says she don't cook for her kids at all? They eat out every day. Girl, your kids don't grow up and probably be a mess. I don't know. Let me not speak that on those kids, but your parenting, Lisa, leaves something to be desired. Lisa and her husband talk about Meredith and Seth's separation. I ain't really care. Moving on. Whitney talks to her dad. We saw Whitney take her dad to the sober living rehabilitation center facility or whatnot, and that was cool. I'm happy that he's going through with this process. I just really want him to do something with that hair, because that hair piece or whatever that is, I don't know if that's his real hair, I don't know if that's a hair piece, I don't know if that's a mop, I don't know if that's a dead dog, I don't know what the hell that is on his head. But please, for the life of me, sweet mother of God, can y'all find him a hat to put on? It's already cold there all of the time, so he has a reason to always have on a hat, and I'm okay with that. I just don't want to see that hair no more. Meredith, then we see Meredith and Seth talking. And basically, Meredith told Seth, "Hit it, honey. I don't want you here. I don't need you here. Go on. We don't need to be together. We need to stay separated." And you could tell Seth is not cool with the separation, but Meredith is. And basically, I feel like she might have something going on that we don't know about. That's why that whole conversation about "let me see your phone" came up the last time. I feel like it might be something going on that we just do not know about. But who knows? But she definitely told him, "Hit it, honey." And so then the last thing we saw was Heather and Mary. They went out for dinner to talk, because Heather is making an attempt to befriend Mary and let Mary know, "I can be your friend even if I'm still friends with Jen." Now, Heather, I'm not telling you who you can be friends with, Heather, but you already saw Jen's reaction when Meredith tried to befriend Mary. How you think she's going to react to you, Heather? I'm just saying. Don't be surprised. But Mary did what Mary does, bullshitted, lied her way, tried to let out a few crocodile tears. And Sister Mary fucked hard, showed us exactly who she is. She, right now, is the one who I least like. Jen is right there with her. Now Jen is competing. They both competing to see who can get on my last nerve the most. But they are Mary is working my last nerve. I like when Jen, I've heard people talk about Jen and her being a person of color, and some people have alluded to Jen feeling like she's black, and I don't feel that way at all. I don't feel like Jen feels she's black. I feel that Jen knows who she is. Jen knows she's married to a black man. She knows that her sons are black, her nephews, and her family on her husband's side is black. But and she is a person of color, so I do know that she knows that experience. But I don't think that she's black. But I will say, Sharif, when he talked to her about Mary, he was absolutely right. There are a whole lot of black people that are very elitist and don't like other black people, don't want to be around other black people, and left to themselves, they are just as discriminatory towards other black people as their white counterparts. Let's be clear. And so it could be a very real thing that Mary falls into that category. I could absolutely see that. I can absolutely see also that this would upset Jen if you're telling her, if I see black people in the store, I don't want them around, and she has black sons and a black husband. That could affect her because those are her sons. Anyway, it was Sister Mary fucked hard. His squatters' rights on my last nerves right now, and I don't. I think Jen, you are going to get burned. I think you trying to befriend Sister Mary fucked hard. Either she's going to piss you off, or you're going to end up having a situation with Jen because of it. And it went off from there. It was kind of slow this week. Not as much going on as previous week, but I'm still enjoying the ladies. I'm still enjoying the show. Let's get down in the comment section and y'all tell me what y'all saw. I probably know that we're definitely going to have to argue about that whole situation with Mary saying she don't want to be at a convenience store if it's other black people. That's definitely something we probably going to have to talk about in the comment section. But let's get down there and argue about what we saw. Until next week, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely.